and advertising. Yesterday, we spoke in terms of what is merchandising, the difference between a merchandise and merchandising. Next, we saw how merchandising is done. And we also saw the types of merchandise which you find in retail, because merchandise and merchandising mainly works in the domain of retail sale and retail marketing. So, and the last thing what we saw was the popular merchandising techniques which exist in general, and specific stress on popular merchandising techniques in e-commerce, because that is the most modern way of selling, and it has a lot of value, it has a lot of popularity, and it brings in a lot of revenue for the company. So today I will do a quick revision, and I have made another set of slides which I'm going to use. So I will go off screen and do the sharing so I can explain to you with the help of each slide. Okay, so there I am going. Okay, now here are the slides. I'll be explaining to you with the help of slides in great detail. And at the end of it, we'll also stress how merchandising and purchasing, that is buying from vendors, the two are closely linked to each other. My name is Mangala Herkal, and I am going to teach you merchandising, display, and advertising. I'll be making a quick summary of what we did yesterday. What is merchandising? It is the activity of promoting the sale of goods, especially by presentation in retail outlets. Now, why do we stress that it is the sale of goods? Because unless goods are well displayed, unless they are promoted, unless they are brought into prominence in front of the customers, and an appeal is made which is so strong that it changes him from a prospect to a customer. So the sale is assured. How? By making a presentation in retail outlets. Why do we have to stress retail outlets? Because merchandising deals mainly with retail outlets. And it is more difficult in retail outlets because each customer is different, and an appeal has to be made in a general form to appeal to all the customers and to each customer in person. Each one must feel special. Each one must feel wanted, that he is the one for whom this product has been displayed and for whom promotion is being done. Now, we must understand this is a modern sales tool, because in the past that the goods or the products which were to be sold were just stocked in the shops. They were stocked on shelves. So they did not have an appeal, they did not have a visual appeal, so to say. They did not attract the customers. Today, by displaying it in a very enticing, displaying in a very unique manner, uh, the sales can change the picture of modern market. So it is both an activity and a strategy. It is an activity so far as it is concerned that it needs to be done on a daily basis. It is a strategy because it is well thought of, it is scientific, it is an art to display, to keep your goods in a proper manner, which will attract the customers. Now, it comprises of marketing, promotion, advertisement products for retail sale. Primarily, it is retail sales to consumers. I think this we spoke of yesterday. So I continue. Presentation is a practice and a process of displaying and selling to customers and consumers. Now, the buyer is a customer, he's a consumer. It is a practice. Practice means something which has always existed, but it is yet modern. And it is a process because it is done after great reflection. It is done in a scientific manner. At which level should the goods be placed? At what angle should they be placed? How many goods should be displayed on one shelf or one table or one counter or one display unit? So this is well thought of, based on the data, based on research, based on the information which the company or the retailer or the trader has collected. Now, it includes influencing and persuading customers. Now, influencing and persuasion is done in several ways. One, it is by sheer displaying it in a proper manner, that putting it out in a proper manner, that itself starts influencing the customer. And the next step is the vendor comes and persuades you, brings out the qualities, brings out the features of the products. So, in a very explicit, convincing, and persuasive manner, he convinces the customer, please buy the product. Now, this happens both in store and in digital retailers. Today, a lot of people like to go physically to a store, but at the same time, there is a very large number which likes to sit in the comfort of their home. With a click, they want to all the products to be displayed on the screen, because internet and digital retailers are the in method of selling is the in thing nowadays. So we here cater to both these customers, but we prefer those who come in store and buy them physically, because then the experience of buying gives them a lot of fulfillment and satisfaction. Companies or stores do this to reach their sales goals. Ultimately, what does a company want? What does a tradesman want? What does a retail outlet owner want? He wants to make a lot of sales. And how can he be assured of these sales? By reinforcing that the customer is going to come back to him and come back with happiness. That is, he's going to be a loyal customer. So importance of merchandising lies in the fact that we have modern techniques of visual display. What do I mean by modern techniques? In the past, goods were more or less stacked in most of the shops. This did not exist in all the shops, but we are making a general statement. Now, today, you'll find, for example, fewer goods are placed on the table or on the counter or on shelves or on display stands. Why? So that each product gets prominence. The very fact that there are one's eyes move from one product to the other. Secondly, visual display is also used where you have neon signboards, where you have digital methods, where you have lights which are used to reinforce what is there. And this is done with the help of boards. And at the same time, light effect light is thrown on the product to bring it into prominence. So suddenly the same product gets an added value, it gets more importance, it looks more attractive, and definitely this is what appeals to the customers. So these new techniques are used to arrange goods. Now, what do I mean by new techniques? In the past, products were just placed next to each other or one behind the other. Today, you'll find products have a turning table. So product you can see from all angles, all sides, and maybe on that little turntable, you can have a couple of variety of the same product. For example, a mobile. Rather than display just one mobile, if it is kept on the turning table, then a couple of mobiles could be displayed. So this new technique to arrange goods definitely appeals to the youngsters. It definitely appeals to the modern mind, right? Entire store layout is quite modern. In the past, if you saw, certain retail outlets were just made beautiful around the counter or the shelf, which was just behind it. But today you'll find stores are huge And in spite of that, entire store is laid out in a very modern manner where old type of furniture is not used, color effect is used, light is used, and products are also displayed at a particular angle and at particular distance from each other. This is what I mean when I say that the layout is modern. It is also kept at the eye level so that each one who visits the shop, who visits the retail outlet, feels like seeing it, feels like touching it, feels like experiencing it. It is not just appeals to his sense of feeling or visual appeal, but it appeals to the mind, which is the next stage. And this goes a long way in creation of an optimal customer experience. In the past, products were more important. Today, the customer experience is given more importance, and this is done with all these modern techniques which I spoke of. Of course, we'll be speaking about all this in detail. Now, merchandising makes goods available. Now, second part of it today, we'll be speaking how the vendor who sells the goods to these retail outlets, he should be selected properly so that we get the right goods at the right time, right place, and right price. So merchandising makes goods available to the customer when he wants it, where he wants it, and the way he wants it. He doesn't want to go to a shop and just pick the goods. He wants to have a good experience which will have a lasting value. So management of inventory is very, very important. We have another section where we'll be going in great detail regarding inventory. Inventory is the stock of goods which we buy, which is made, which is which the retailer buys, and which he wants to sell. So inventory is not just a collection of goods or goods in great numbers. They are well stocked, well preserved. Their life is valued, and they are transported in a better manner and displayed in the best of means and techniques. So the supply chain management is important as visual display and advertisement draw in more customers. Advertisements could be of various types. They could be in the form of billboards, they could be outside the store, they could be within the store, they could be in the form of print media, they could be in the form of radio, the advertisement could be on the TV with audio visual effect. So many ways by which an advertisement can be made more appealing, more enticing, more attractive, so that we get more customers. So now the 5 R's of merchandising are the right merchandise, that is, we get the right goods as per the necessity of the time. For example, if it is festival times, then we want clothes which are a little decorative, which have more of design. Correct. So it's the right product. If we are thinking in terms of simple furniture, there are people who want simple furniture in their house. So these products will be catering to them. There will be another category which wants decorative furniture. So we cater to their necessity also. Now, when we think of all this, we get the right merchandise at the right place. Right place would be the right shop from where you can buy it. Of course, you can buy it on the web. Also, today you have Urban Ladder, which sells all possible furniture for house and for the offices. So you can buy it at the right place and at the right time. Right time could be festival time. Right time could be when you need it. Right time could be when you want to gift it to somebody. Right time is a little unspecified but appealing aspect, which makes you buy the product, and in right quantities. We buy things, no matter which product it be, whether it is groceries or clothes or household gadgets or furniture, in the right quantity, depending on our necessity, depending on the space at our disposal, depending on the lifestyle that we have. So all this goes in deciding the right quantity and at the right price. We cannot forget that Indians are very price conscious. So right price is a very vague term, but yet it appeals to the customer. What is the right price? Right price is based on past experience. Right price is based on other products which are of the same category. Right price could also be a competitive price which the trader decides, so that he ensures that his product is definitely sold. Now, features to be considered while merchandising are how first impressions are made. Here we cannot forget, when the customer enters the shop, if the product is well displayed, if the product has a nice colorful appeal, if the product has a price tag to it, if the product reinforces the features of that particular product, for example a mobile or a food item, what is going to be the first impression of the customer? The first impression is a lasting impression, for the simple reason that these products are consumer products. They are impulse, they are products which are impulsive buys. So if it appeals to him in the first place, he's sure to change from a prospect to a customer. Whereas if the first impression is not appealing, if the goods are crowded together, if the price is very high, if the color scheme out there of the product, the packaging is very blaring, then first impressions are negative and the customer will never come back. Next is how lighting is used. We cannot forget that lighting, whether it is daytime, less during the day and more during the night, the lighting brings the product into prominence. And when it is brought into prominence, it has a different visual appeal. That is why you'll find a lot of functions are held in the evening. That is why you find lots of youngsters go to malls in the evenings on weekends, because lighting has definitely brings out the appeal factor, it brings out the visual factor, and the visual factor is the first what shall I say, first parameter which makes him take the next step. Does he really like it? This lighting is linked to the previous one. It creates a strong first impression and makes him very comfortable in buying the product. How traffic is manipulated. Now, in all these retail stores, especially in malls, once the customer enters the shop, how is he going to move around? It's not sorry, it is not based on what he thinks or what he wants as per his whims and fancies, but a lot of it is depends on how the products are displayed. Not one particular product, but other products. How many counters are there? Is there any space for him to stand in front of the product, to pick the product, to turn the product, to see it from different angles, to see if he can, if he wants to reinforce it and verify it, the color scheme, the look, the texture, if it is a material which you're buying, or some clothes which you're buying, is he able to move around, to hold it up and see it? Is he able to really be comfortable in spite of all the display which is there? So how the traffic is manipulated is depends on the series of goods which you want to display and how they are displayed. Now, excuse me, I have a little bad throat, so I'll just go through this. Now, how the traffic is manipulated goes a long way in deciding in deciding and changing the experience of the customer or the visitor. If that, if all the people crowd at one or two products, then I think nobody is happy. But if we can have several of the same products, for example, if we are displaying ovens, the same oven should be displayed in two different, one in the north, one in the south, for example, then the crowd is automatically divided and each one can get a first hand experience. and which metrics are tracked. Metrics, thereby we mean what is it that appeals to the customer? Does he think in terms of looks? Does he read what is written in terms of features? Or is he led by the price tag which is there? Or is it the packaging which appeals to him? Or is it the vendor who helps him make a purchase? Which metrics are tracked? This the, this the retailer should take into account. Which scientific merchandising principles should be applied. And the sales floor layout is a strategy and an opportunity. As I said, it is a strategy to stop a customer so that he looks at a product for a longer time, and it is also an opportunity for them to make an appeal to the customer so that he buys the product. And ultimately, what is the end aim of all this is to make a lot of profit. So now I come to the types of merchandising, and this is a detailed analysis of the categories of merchandising and how each one is seen. Now, the first one is product merchandising, retail merchandising, visual merchandising, digital merchandising, omni-channel merchandising, and responsive merchandising. I'll be explaining each one of it. Now, when we talk in terms of the product, remember that all promotional activities are made to sell a product. Now, these include in-store and online purchases also. Now, in-store, what is important is how the product is displayed on the shelf. How is it a big product? Is it a small product? At what height is it kept? At what angle it is kept? What is the light thrown on it? Which color of the light is there? All that is important. When we talk in terms of online purchases, it is the web design or on-site search which a visitor makes. Now, when we talk in terms of a product, we cannot forget that new look attracts the customers. The same product in a different manner will definitely attract. For example, if you're talking in terms of uh, say clothes, then a new look, not traditional type, the way collars were stitched or sleeves were stitched, that will not appeal. Or if we talk in terms of jeans, today the jeans are of different colors. They have slits. They have different shades to it. All this will definitely attract the customer. So the same thing put in a different manner will attract. Old wine in new bottles is not always this case. It is new product displayed in a new manner, right? So you can think in terms of gondolas also. Now, customers will buy more. Definitely. If the appeal is there, then instead of coming to a retail store for one product, he'll end up by buying a couple of products. That is why you'll find the retail stores and malls don't give you bags, they give you a cart so that the cart can be full and they are happy and the trader is also happy. Here, if we think in terms of there is impulse sales in terms of signs and pricing. If we say suddenly near the counter, if we have signs saying that buy one, get one free, suddenly these are impulse buys which people make. They could be in terms of clothes, they could be in terms of consumables like chocolates or even grocery items. So many products, one-to-one sale, especially things like shampoos and all. If they are well displayed, then there will be impulse sales. Now, the average transaction, it has been shown that it is higher. If the product is well displayed, then definitely instead of buying one, the customer ends up by buying some more. So what he needs to do is he needs to stock his product and stock more of the product because more sales will take place. And seasonal items are always in demand. We know when festival approaches, we know when New Year approaches, people buy because they have this concept that since it is New Year, they need to buy something. Since it is festival time, they need to buy clothes. Not that they need them, but they need them mentally, or they need them socially to show others. So the next thing what the trader needs to do is to stock huge quantities of these products. Now, the market share of the store or the company will definitely go up because there will be more visitors, more sales, and that's it. Customers' awareness of products also increases because now he has seen them. He is aware of the features. He is aware of the price. He can make a comparison. And competitively, we can show that our product is better than that of the others. So market share goes up, awareness goes up, and we do not hide products, we display products. Color comes into not pay into color comes into play in buying decision. Not pay, please, it is play. Important of color helps in buying. Certain colors do appeal. Youngsters and children like bright colors. Products which are for the seniors, they like a little pale colors. So if this color combination can be well displayed, clothes for kids, clothes for youngsters, clothes for senior people, then I think customers are divided and they get what they want very quickly and it increases our sale. Location of the counter and the gondolas will create opportunities for sale. Yes. If there is only one counter, then there'll be a lot of crowd. So if we have several counters, one for clothes, one for groceries, one for toys, one for consumables, etc., etc., then I think it would help. I next go on to retail marketing. Here, goods and services are offered like auto parts, shoes, jewelry, etc. Now, here, a certain brand image plays a very important role. You'll find Malabar Diamonds is repeatedly being advertised in the newspaper because they want to bring about this association that when there is festival or when there is marriage and people want to buy costly jewelry, it has to be Malabar. Right? I'm just giving an example how retail merchandising, how it is offered, this brings about a lot of difference. So shoes, jewelry, it is the same manner. Now, which are the factors which we have to consider? How activities and strategies for in-store design. Are we going to crowd our products, whether it is shoes or auto parts? No, we are not. Then there is selection of a particular merchandise to match the target market. For example, certain target market could be again subdivided into smaller categories in terms of age or in terms of income. School going and college going youngsters would like different types of stationery, different types of bags, or different types of clothes. Youngsters who are working would like something a little more sober, but they do not mind things which are a little costly. So if we can select our products as per the target market, this will bring about a great change, right? And the economic importance of retail marketing. We feel retail marketing is not important because we sell in smaller numbers. But we cannot forget that in India, where a population runs into more than 135 crores, a retail, even 5% of the people is a very large number. So economic importance cannot be ruled out because every drop will add to the ocean. And hence we need to care for every product which is sold, every customer who is buying it. Economic importance cannot be ruled out. Customer research is important. What are the tastes of the customers? Do they want old type of houses? Do they want modern type of motorcycles? Do they want motorcycles which can speed fast, or looks are more important? A customer research will go a long way in bring in the trader or the retailer buying products which the customer wants. And actionable data. What do I mean by actionable data? Is that all the information, the survey which is conducted, if we can make a study of it, then I think this will change the picture. For example, banks do a lot of collection of data when they ask for KYC or a survey which is conducted. And based on that, they decide the loans which are given to the youngsters or to the working category of people. So this can bring about a lot of difference. Now, what are the strategies in retail marketing? Promotional deals, attractive displays. I think I've spoken enough on this. Adult celebrities. Now, sometimes you'll find that, for example, Amitabh Bachchan, he markets so many products. Bikaji, he talks in terms of how banks, for he speaks for the RBI, he speaks for the tourism department. So these celebrities, knowingly or unknowingly, do make an appeal to a certain category of customers who want the same product. Now, uh, then there is entertainment, animated characters, and these are ways by which you can appeal, make an appeal to the people. So these are promotional. Attractive packaging, the first thing is when a product is packed and gifted, or when you take the product home, or when you ask for home delivery, the first thing is the packaging. You feel like opening it, you feel that curiosity in in creating that happiness. So attractive packaging goes a long way. Next is the location of the store. For example, if a store is 10, 15, 20 kilometers away from your residence, definitely visits will not be as frequent. So the location of the store, depending on the product, depending on the target market, where it is situated, will go a long way in bringing about the difference in terms of revenue. The technology which is used for displaying, for billing, for making an appeal to the customers, for getting their survey, technology can be used in various ways so that the customer experience becomes a happy experience. And customer relationship management, if we can be a little polite to our customers, if we can understand their needs, if we can understand their anxieties when they are buying, they are hesitant sometimes to buy. So if we can help them in that, then a customer relationship can be built. After buying a big product, say a gadget, if we can ring up and ask them what is their experience, have they liked it, or if they do they need any supplementary help. These things, small ways, but will build up customer loyalty, trust, and credibility. Discount methods. Discounting methods are several. You have one-to-one, or you give out coupons so that future sales is assured. Or you right now you give 5%, and then you say later on you can give them more for successive buys, you'll give them 10% discount. This is what Titan does. When they sell watches, they say you can, if you buy another watch within a certain period of time, you will get 10% discount on the second buy or the third buy. So discount methods are various in number, and the human mind is such that when they are able to buy a product a little less discounted, less than the MRP, it appeals to them. Now, Levy, who's a great person in this domain, he defines retail marketing in three parts. The target market, in which a retailer focuses. The target market in which a retailer focuses its resources, the retail format, that is product, pricing, location, communication, that satisfies the needs of the target market, and how the retailer will build a sustainable advantage in relation to competitors. This is going to change the focus. This is going to change the way customers come to our store and make and buy the product. This is also going to make a change so far as the retailer, his revenue is concerned, and a sustainable advantage in relation to customers. That means customers would be more loyal, more willing, more happy to buy from us. Next I come to is visual merchandising. What is visual merchandising? This is a marketing practice
for using floor plans, color, lighting, displays, technology to attract customer attention. Now, see, all shops, all retail outlets have a certain amount of space. How you use that space to generate more space, to generate more sales, this will be the deciding factor, because a store stands out and sales increase, right? The purpose is that if the appeal is good, people feel like looking at the store, people feel like appreciating, people feel like entering, people feel like touching the product, people feel like experience the product, and finally people feel like buying the product. A visual appeal matters so far as 80% of the customers who change from prospects to buyers. So the floor plan, the technology, the color, the lighting, the display, all this is going to be very, very useful. Now, we have to see that those who are passing by, they don't pass by, but they are attracted towards our store. This will increase footfall. It will display window, which is going to be a deciding factor, and artistic installations and graphics and video display. So better shopping experience, amazing experience for customers. It will promote the image of the store, and it will show how we are good sellers and how we value our customers. In the past, it was only the product which was important. Today, the customer experience is important, and all this goes in making an appeal to the customers. We also make use of ADA. What is ADA? First, you attract the customer. Next, you create an interest in him with the help of features, with the help of color, with the help of display, or explaining something which he has not understood properly, or reinforcing his ideas. Next, with all the appeal, the persuasion, and the explanation which we have given, a certain desire is created in the customer. And after this certain desire which is created, that which stands for D, the last is A, and action is taken. Which action? Action of buying. So competitive advantage through themes, lighting, color, wrapping, that is gifting, will promote the store, promote the brand, promote the store as a brand, and promote the image. So these are marketing tools to enhance customer loyalty. I now come to digital merchandising, which which is very modern, which appeals to a lot of youngsters. And here we talk in terms of promotional activities to sell products or services online. When I mention product, services are included. Please understand. So here, what is important is the positioning and the sale, positioning of the product, positioning of the bar, positioning where the search, where the contents for search can be included. All these go a long way in making ease of operation, ease of satisfying the person who's visiting the site. And we and what they have to do out here is to mimic an in-store visit. Now, very often you'll find these sites, they only display products. But if we can take the visitor inside a store and give him the actual feel that he's in the store and now he's looking at the various products and buying the product, then I think this imitation, this mimic which we try to do will go a long way in giving him a first hand experience. And in this, convenience is sought for. Convenience of not going to the store, but yet going to the store. He's not going there physically, but when he goes to the site, he visits it. In that sense, it gives him convenience. He doesn't have to go out of his house. He doesn't have to go to get change in terms of money, but he can make online payment, online or place online orders and buy the product. Free shipping is something which appeals to every Indian, and very often all these sites, they succeed because free shipping is there. Look at Geo, look at Reliance Digital. They all give free shipping, and they even if you buy a small product of 50 or 60 rupees, yet the shipping is free, and this appeals very quickly and very easily to the customers. We attract, delight, retain customers. I think we have, it's not just being satisfied, it's not being happy. These are lower level, what shall I say, expressions, and delight is a stronger, higher level experience. So we do not want the customer to be just satisfied, to say, ah, it is okay. We want him to be delighted, to be more than happy. And when that experience is there, then the customers are retained. So the strategies for digital merchandising are: we invest in a home page that tells a story. It should not be dry. It should be filled with images and small 2 or 3 words of explanation. So then it is transformed from impersonal to something personal, something which doesn't have a link to something like a story, which one picture is linked to the other. And the first encounter, we share our values. You say that we value our customers, we value your money, we value your experience. If these are the values we can put forth on the home page, it will be very important. Next is engaging shopping experience. He really feels, the customer should really feel he's wanted. He could be allowed a live chat with the manager, so that in case he has any difficulty, it is sorted out. He can collect and leverage the customer data, demography, time, value, and browsing habits. How often do people browse through goods? We do not know. Maybe we can ask for a survey, we can ask for customer responses, and then on these days we can have special discounts or more products which are displayed. This is what Amazon does, this is what Flipkart does, and nowadays Nykaa is doing the same thing. Amazon has flash sales. Browsing habits are changed. The time value is changed, because they say if you buy within the next 2 hours, you'll get, say, 20% more discount or 50% more discount. Immediately there are more clicks and more people are ready to buy the product. So pages which drive conversions with the help of surveys and personalized experience. Personalized merchandising recommendations. Very often you'll find that on landing pages is should be in sync with the customer interests. A certain customer wants a product of a particular color because he wants it to match with the other products which are there in at home. For example, an oven which can be of a different color, a fridge can be of a particular color which he likes, so that it matches all the other gadgets and other products which are there at home. So this personalized merchandising recommendations which are there, if we can value, if we can do that, I think we can get more customers. It is not easy, but it can definitely be done if we want customers and if we value their interests and their desires. So shopping should be a breeze. It should not be like like a difficult ride, right? It should just flow by. It is a perfect visual merchandising. We promote impulse buys. Yeah, when when they are about to make their final purchase, if we can have a flash and show them some supporting or added products, maybe they would buy. So this way, online also impulse buys do take place. We can display product reviews. We can ask them, what do you think? And change the order of the products or the number of products or the color of the products or the size of the products. So many ways we can ask for reviews which can be handled properly. We leverage content marketing and blogs. Next, omni-channel merchandising. What is omni-channel merchandising? Omni-channel means that 1 minute. Just a minute. Yeah, omni-channel refers to the integration of different methods of shopping which is available, that is online, in a physical shop, or by phone, or by laptop, or by mobile. That means no matter what the method of buying may be, the shopping experience is the same, and it should just flow by. It should be a lovely experience. Right now, customers research products across channels, purchase, and they give a feedback. Customers move through various channels. They decide what to buy. They may want to make a purchase, and while doing so they also give a feedback. Right now, it is a multi-channel approach because customers can make use of this channel or another channel. 1 minute, please. Please come here. It provides seamless customer experience through whether he's buying through phone or for laptop or mobile, and all channels are integrated and coordinated using consistent data. The research which is done, the survey which is conducted, all that gives a one-time experience. Now, queries are solved effectively and efficiently. Very often the difficulty which a customer faces in buying, right, this should be taken care of, and the queries could be solved effectively and efficiently, in the sense that sometimes he's not happy with the way payment has to be made. He's not satisfied with the time which is taken, or he wants the delivery at a particular time, or he wants a particular product of a different size. So if these queries can be solved effectively, or he wants to sometimes to be get clarification regarding certain features of a particular product, then if they are handled, then I think we can get more customers, because we cannot forget that the product is important, but the customer is more important. And this will improve customer relationship. He will feel wanted, he will feel valued, and effective outreach and increase the share in the market. Next, we have responsive merchandising, that is real-time understanding and attentiveness to a potential customer's wants and needs. Responsive in the sense, I want to sell something, but I respond well to my customers? Do I understand their needs? Maybe a person has a particular difficulty in buying a particular product because he is not sure whether the features respond to his needs. If I can help him in finalizing his buying decision, then the customer's needs and wants are valued. So listen, learn, and offer. A company has lots to learn from the requirements, from the complaints, from the discomfort which customers face. If we value this, our long-term reach, long-term profit can be assured, because a customer comes back not alone, but he comes with many other customers. So we must be able to predict customer preferences and create a personalized customer experience. Technology and interpersonal skills will help others. So here I am, and we have spoken in terms of, so we saw today that, hello. Yeah, 1 minute, huh? One minute, please. Yeah. Now, I want to just repeat again, what are the benefits of merchandising? Is firstly, product sales go up. Revenue for the company will go up. Remember, every customer must have a smooth shopping experience. This is the first benefit of merchandising. Secondly, higher item sales that means luxury items will also be sold in great numbers if we can value our customer. Like, for example, those who go in for life insurance of a very big figure, in very big figures running into crores. If we can value that, then I think the service domain would be different. If we can value those who buy high end cars, if we can value those who buy high end houses, then higher item sales will also increase. And with this understood from the trader's point of view, profits will also increase. So if we must learn as a company to influence our customers so that our customer is, as I said, not happy and satisfied, but he is delighted. Next is, we must give him a engaging shopping experience where he feels wanted, where he gets what he wants in a very easy, simple manner. We have to help him, not hinder him. So customers spend more time shopping and more money while they are shopping. And this brings about a brand which is recognized, a brand which is accepted, a brand which is valued, and a brand which is wanted. So brand loyalty is not a one-time experience, but it is a lifetime experience where the customer brings in more customers. And so from company's point of view or from tradesman's point of view, there is faster turnover of the inventory, and definitely the profits will multiply. So merchandising helps sales. We cannot forget that. Now we have to also realize that gross merchandise value is the total monetary value of a merchandise which is sold over a specific period of time. Within that specific period of time, if we can multiply the products, if we can multiply our customers, then we have definitely multiplied our profit. So a category of merchandising, which category are we going to think of? How our product is going to reach out to the target market? Having done the study of the target market and then arrived at the purchase of these products will be very important. So now I come to we have to collect information of the target market, and that helps us decide the product. Then it helps us evaluate the product. Is my product really bringing in value to my customers? And then we buy the merchandise, and when we have acquired it, we order it and reorder it so that there is plentiful of merchandise and it gives the customer a lot of variety. And now last thing what we have to value is the feedback which we get from customers. And this feedback may be positive, it could be negative. It is the response of the customer which helps us decide. Right? So the customer needs to be valued and the product also needs to be valued. I conclude my